Chris Brown has been taking over the scenes for the last 2 decades and is one of the most talented R&B artists. But what's behind that sound? We've done our investigation and we found it. And it is a whopping $17,000. What's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my home studio. I am your host, Archie Beats, and today we have done our investigation and I'm beginning to see a pattern with these artists here. But we've done our investigation and we found Chris Brown's vocal chain, and we also have some plugins that they use to get the effects. Now you won't know exactly what they're doing because each plugin and each part of the vocal chain works different on different vocals and different people, so you do have to make the minor adjustments. These videos aren't the magic pill, but they are an insight on how these artists record and what level of quality they're recording on, so you can kind of say, hey, I like that vocal chain, so I'm probably going to buy it. And with that being said, we're going to give you guys some inexpensive options as well. You guys know how we do it. And also, if you like videos like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you won't miss another video. So as I stated, I'm beginning to see a pattern here, a Beyonce pattern, a Kanye West pattern, Ariana Grande pattern, a Nicki Minaj pattern. I'm beginning to see this pattern. But the real question is, why do artists go with this particular set of gear? And I'm going to give you guys my opinion on why I think they chose each specific piece of gear to put in this vocal chain. The first part of Chris Brown's vocal chain is the Telefunken 251. According to Pat, one of Chris Brown's engineers for a lot of Chris Brown's work, Pat, he said, I always record Chris with a Telefunken ELA M251 and they go to a Neve 1073, my favorite vocal chain. You guys know that already. And then the Tube Tech CL1B. The Telefunken is a whopping $10,000 and Chris Brown's Neve 1073 is $2,000. And the Tube Tech CL1B is $4,000. Now, with the Telefunken 251, it's a very warm sounding, very clean, very demanding, very up right there in the front. Chris Brown is right in the front. He wants you to hear his vocals because his vocals really are everything. And his harmonies kind of sit back a little bit, but they do sit more forward than a lot of artists, modern day artists. This used to be a thing they used to practice back in the 90s. Really heavy vocal arrangements in the early 2000s, like with your Brandys, your Destiny Child. The harmonies used to be really sitting there, but Chris Brown wants you to hear those harmonies, but he do want you to hear those lead vocals. Now, when it goes from there, it kind of just neutral out with the 1073, but still kind of reserves the warmthness and kind of give it a little more extra heat to go under it with the preamp. And then that Tube Tech just really glues everything together. I totally understand why this vocal chain and why they use it, especially on a vocalist like Chris Brown. If you guys have a singer in the studio and you have a Telefunken, you can't really go wrong with it. But like I said, please understand, I can't stress this enough. Just because it's a $10,000 microphone don't mean it's going to sound exactly like it sounded on the previous artist or another artist. Every microphone sounds completely different on the next person. It does. No matter if they are impersonating the person, it's just something about physics. It's something about the way the voice works, the distance, diffusion, things, the way sound dies in the air with temperature and water molecules. It's physics. So we can mic model all day long with the Telefunken. I'm in talks with the Universal Audio team now. We're going to get one in here. We're going to test it out. And you can also use the Antelope Axino. You guys hear me? I vouch for it. It sounds great. And even if you like the sound of this vocal chain, this is the legendary U87 going to the 5211 Neve, which I got the silk turned all the way up to mimic a 1073. I kind of prefer this better because you can get a bit of modern and you can go, vintage to the 1073 if you want to. The sound is just there. And the CL1B compressor, I'm actually using the 1176 LN right here on my Universal Audio 6176, which sounds great. So if you like this vocal chain, that is my vocal chain that I'm using now. And I actually have a video on that as well. My $10,000 vocal chain, which is, I'm gonna stick with this forever until I get a Telefunken up in here. You guys know how that goes. And then there are a lot of plug-in options. Universal Audio makes a great Tube Tech and Waves make a great compressor, and Waves is really inexpensive. Then of course the 1073, Universal Audio got it right. Universal Audio's 1073, which is around $100 or $199. Those are options. Now let's talk about this engineer. Is actually one of Chris Brown's go-to guys. Chris Brown went crazy with the Indigo album. Those are a lot of songs, Chris. Also, here's a quick picture of the actual Pro Tools session. You guys see it. It's typical. It looks like, you know, pretty much everything we do. Now, this is Heat. Heat is one of his bigger records. They have the vocals here. They have all the effects. This is how a session's supposed to look. It's very organized, very clean. I like it. It's cool. I like to see when engineers and artists work in a very organized way. I organize all of my auxiliaries exactly how they have theirs. My sessions look a lot like this, and I don't use templates. I end up here somehow every time I do a session. So this is crazy. Some of the plugins that they use the one knob wave plugin. They use the H delay for Chris's vocals, and they cut at 80 hertz. It's cool looking at this stuff, man. Then they use the R compressor in post for the mixing, Pro EQ, Waves Tube Tech EQ, so 1176 Silverface UADs. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I really love these vocal chain videos. I like investigating them and giving you reasons why they probably use the gear. So if you guys like videos like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so we won't miss another video. And also, if you have any questions about this vocal chain, please comment it below. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Y'all know I have a lot of microphones, a lot of stuff here in the home studio. So don't forget to be great and create. Until next time, this is your boy Archie Beats, and I'm signing off.